Hello everyone, welcome to the Scumdog's Kennel. I'm your host, Chris Williams, and in today's Cryptid Corner mini-episode, I have a couple of Bigfoot articles to read to you today, folks. One including video of a, semi-famous Bigfoot encounter that took place in Russia back in 2014. Both accounts are incredible, and we'll read the first account first, titled Ape-like Creature and Glowing Cube-Shaped UFO Seen Together in Earlham, Iowa. It's a great account. Let's get into it now. Hello, on July 4th, 2003 in Earlham, Iowa at around 10 p.m., my dad and I were sitting on the roof of our house watching fireworks when the porch lights dimmed and a sort of whining noise started. Our dog started barking and howling. I looked around in the sky and I saw nothing. The cows started mooing all at the same time. I heard a high-pitched scream, and out of the woods across the road we saw a huge ape-like creature walking on two legs. It saw us and began running south very fast. Then I looked to the east and I saw it. This large cube was just floating towards where the ape had fled. It was very dark and dull on the sides and very bright on the bottom. It looked almost like a window. It was glowing yellow and pulsating. I heard the radio get very static-like and change stations. Then the needle in my compass began following the cube. The object hovered for about a minute or so. It was about 200 yards away. Then the ape-like creature stood near the cube and vanished, as if it walked into the object. The cube ascended into the night sky, then to the dark sky, actually, and disappeared as it swiftly traveled toward the southern horizon. We had not watched this. I would have never believed it. There's also a note with the article, folks, so let's read that now as well. I corresponded with the witness who told me that he believed the ape-like creature was about 10 to 12 feet in height. I asked if he thought that it may have been a Bigfoot. He stated that he wasn't sure. He later told me that his father, who was 42 years old at the time of the incident, was never right after witnessing the creature and the cube, and that he passed away about a month later. So very interesting, folks. Now, do you think that this, encounter somehow, literally led to this man's death? Do you think it was maybe because at the idea that mankind was not alone in the universe and even not on this planet with apparently the Bigfoot sighting as well? I can imagine that this might have really, rattled anyone who saw it, so maybe it did lead to his death. But folks, let's move on to the next article now, which is titled, Did 2014 Footage Prove That Yeti Exist? In fact, folks, this article comes with a video, and it's very, very intriguing. So let's get into this article now and watch the video. The shaky video taken in late 2014 appears to show a hairy humanoid skulking through a snowy forest, proves the existence of the Yeti, a team of Russian explorers have sensationally claimed. The group of friends originally from the city of Antigrisk in southwest Russia captured the footage while investigating local Yeti sightings. As they filmed areas highlighted by reported eyewitnesses, the team heard snow crunching behind them. And here's a still from the video the explorers took, folks, and this is what they filmed. This is what they heard, crunching snow behind them. So, it looks fairly real, folks, but it also looks like it could be maybe a guy in a suit. But let's read on with the article, and then we can determine if we, believe that or not after we watch the video as well. And one of the cameramen working with the team then managed to capture the footage of the hairy figure. Scientists have in the past always disregarded the Yeti legend and given a lack of conclusive evidence for the sightings. However, last year, 2 strands of hair found in a remote region of the Himalayas and believed to belong to a Yeti-like creature showed a 100% genetic match with polar bear DNA from 30,000 years ago. Oxford scientists who conducted the research have suggested an undiscovered hybrid of polar bears and brown bears could exist in the Himalayas. Could that be the truth, folks, that the Yeti is an undiscovered brown bear and polar bear mix? A hybrid that survived all this time without basically being documented by science? Maybe, but let's read on with the article and learn a bit more about this video before we watch it. Rumors of an abominable snowman in the area around Adigisk began to spread after a local TV station reported the legendary bear man had been spotted in the remote region. The group of researchers independently questioned many of those who originally reported seeing the creature during their trip. Lyudmila Histofarova, who claimed to have seen a Yeti figure, said the creature was big, looking like a bear, but not a bear. From the door, we've seen something big and shaggy. So the witness here was adamant that what they saw was definitely not a bear, folks. It was big and shaggy, like a bear, but definitely not. It looked too weird, and definitely, from what they saw of it, it was moving probably unlike a bear would at all. But then again, I've seen bears actually walk on two legs, folks, so maybe this is what these people saw, and because it was walking on two legs, because maybe its front paws were hurt, they mistook it for a yeti. Perhaps. I'm just giving you an idea how to basically explain this away, folks. Not every creature sign is of actually an unknown animal like a yeti. It could be, well, this was a bear that was walking on two legs, because it had a reason to do so. Either way, folks, let's get back to the article now. Local homeowner Andrei Kazarian added, I heard footsteps, and we were pretty sure there was no one else around because we knew for sure everyone else was inside the house. Although we didn't see anyone, we saw its huge footprints. They were 5 to 6 centimeters deep and couldn't come from a human foot. We took a plaster cast of them, and we estimate that it probably would have taken about 200 kilos to press the snow down that much. However, the Russian friends insist that the shaky clip is the first real proof of a yeti in the area. So is it true, folks? Perhaps. This picture is of the area where this sighting took place, folks, and as you can see in the highlighted red and yellow area, it took place in a rather wide area over in Russia. So, these sightings took place over in this area, and I imagine they're just not, well, situated in this one area where the photo and video were taken, folks, but probably over a wider area. But this is where, this general area is where they think this yeti basically roams, I guess. Either way, folks, there's also a note, so let's read that as well. The footage shows a figure covered in hair, which was on camera for just seconds before disappearing. The Russian team stated they had captured footage of the elusive yeti, but again, there are questions about the authenticity. The Russians have a habit of producing these stunts to increase tourism. So indeed, folks, this could all be a hoax. And the video itself, while very good, could also basically be a guy in a, well, gorilla costume. I can't be for sure, folks. It's very good, but the fact that the Russians have a history of doing this to increase tourism, as the article stated, is telling that maybe this is indeed all a hoax. All I'm saying, folks, is what do you believe about this? Do you think that this video is real? Maybe. So now, let's take a look at this video for ourselves and determine, or at least hope to determine if it's real. By the way, the video loops several times. Well, that was indeed very intriguing, folks. Do you think that was indeed a yeti? Bigfoot's cousin? Well, I can't be for sure. All I will say, folks, is there's a chance that maybe in this instance, maybe the Russians aren't lying, and this is indeed a true yeti sighting. But I can't be for sure, folks. That's the problem with this particular video. It's very good, but not the best, and it doesn't determine anything. But if you believe it's a yeti, folks, that's fine. I believe it could be real. It's a very good piece of footage. But folks, what do you all believe about it? What about the first video with the aliens and the Bigfoot sighting? Do you think that it's all related? Maybe. Maybe there's things out there we just can't explain, folks, and it is real. But folks, we're at the end, so please go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Read Comics They're Bad For You. You can use the YouTube link down below in the descriptions or the chat to go subscribe to me. Hit that like button for me. Make sure you're still subscribed. Leave some comments down below. Hit that bell for notifications. Hit the part of the bell that will give you all future notifications, and please share this video out. I'm Chris Williams from the Scumdogs Kennel. Thank you all for joining me. I'll be back again tomorrow with another great video, so be sure to come back again then. Till next time, folks, I'll see you all again soon.